For the Song of Solomon, chapter 1 and verse 5. Song of Solomon, chapter 1, verse 5.
The Song of Solomon, chapter 1 and verse 5. I am black, but calmly.
What does Solomon say?
I am black, but calmly.
Now, how do we know that this is Solomon? Jump up to chapter 1, verse 1.
Song of Solomon, chapter 1 and verse 1. The Song of Songs.
The Song of Songs, okay?
Which is Solomon's.
Which is Solomon's. So Solomon is writing this about himself. Jump back down to verse 5.
Verse 5. I am black.
Sis, let me ask you a question. Excuse me, sis. Right here, passing me up. That's a shame. That's a shame. Our people don't want to hear what the Bible has to say. The good word that the Bible has to say about them. It's okay. We're going to keep reading though. Song of Solomon, chapter 1, verse 5.
Song of Solomon, chapter 1 and verse 5. I am black.
The Bible says that Solomon was black. The Bible is your history book. The Bible is your book. Read.
But comely.
But comely.
O ye daughters of Jerusalem.
O ye daughters of Jerusalem. Read.
As the tents of Kedar. As the curtains of Solomon.
As the curtains of Solomon. The people in this book, we're talking about people that are black. We're talking about people that are brown skinned. The people that Christ came for are the people that look like you and I. The people that Christ came for are people that look like you and I. We all know Moses. Tell me, what color was Moses? Go to Exodus. Go to Exodus chapter 4 and start at verse 6. What color was Moses? What color was Moses? Again, what are we trying to show you? We're showing you that this Bible is your history book. We're showing you that this Bible, the people in this book, look like you and I. Read.
Exodus 4 and Exodus 4 and 6.
Read.
And the Lord said furthermore unto him, put now thy hand into thy bosom.
So the Bible told, or the Lord told Moses, he said, take your hand, put it inside your shirt. Go on, read.
And he put his hand into his bosom. And when he took it out, behold, his hand was leprous as snow. He
took his hand out, and his hand was white, leprous as snow. His hand was white. So when he put his hand into his garment, into his chest area, and then he pulled it out, his hand was white. Read.
Exodus 4 and 7. And he said, put thy hand into thy bosom again.
Read.
And he put his hand into his bosom again and plucked it out of his bosom. And behold, it was turned again as his other flesh.
It was turned again. So what color was his other flesh? If we took it out the second time, what color was his other flesh? Hey sis, let me ask you a question. Do you all read the Bible? No? And I'm assuming you guys are teenagers or in your early 20s? Teenagers. So in your years of living, tell me, what color is Christ? In your years of living, you know what Christ looked like, right? But he was white? Come here for a second. I want y'all to, both of y'all, come over here. I want y'all to take a look at this. Have this flyer. You hold on to that. But I'm going to show y'all something. Watch this. You said that Christ is white. You agree, or you have a different...
I don't. I mean,
don't know.
Different people say different stuff, like he's Arabic, or he's Muslim, or white, black, Mexican.
Okay. Now watch this. We read the King James Bible. So now, when we read, Christ is going to either look like, so based on what you're saying, based on the text, Christ is going to look like this man right here. This man, right? Meaning a Caucasian, correct? Yeah. Let's listen to the scriptures. Revelation chapter 1, verse 14.
The book of Revelations chapter 1 and verse 14.
Listen good.
His head and his hairs were white like wool.
His hair was white like wool. That's Negro hair. Let me ask you, does this man have Negro hair? No. Does this man have Negro hair? So this man gets an X. This man gets a check mark. Right? We're going to keep reading.
His head and his hairs were white like wool.
That's Negro hair. Go on.
As white as snow.
It's white as snow. So the color of this was white, right? Like a sheet. Like a sheet. It was white. Go on.
And his eyes were as a flame of fire.
So the whites of his eyes, they were red. He drank wine in moderation. Okay? So according to the Bible, it's okay to drink wine. Had you ever learned that, or did the Christian church say that you cannot drink? They said you cannot drink? Now, because you guys are teenagers, I don't encourage you guys to drink. But I'm going to show you something. We're going to get back to this in just a second, right? Go to, do me a favor, press that record button and then press it again. Read for me Ecclesiasticus chapter 31. Ecclesiasticus chapter 31. And start at, I'm just proving to you that it's okay to drink. That's my point. And start at verse 27.
The book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 31 and verse 27. Wine is good as life to a man.
Wine is good as life to a man. Go on.
If it be drunk moderately.
If it be drunk moderately, right? And then there's some more that continue to say that drinking wine is okay. But I want to get back to the point at hand. His eyes were red like wine, right? Or they were red, right? Because he drank wine. So get back to, we were talking about proving what Christ looks like.
I don't know which one is it.
Book of Revelations, chapter 1 and verse 14.
Read.
His head and his hairs were white like wool.
We established that. X, check mark. Go on.
As white as snow.
Go on.
And his eyes were as a flame of fire.
Go on.
And his feet like unto fine brass.
So what color is brass? You play an instrument? No. What color is a trumpet? Gold, because that's brass. That's made of brass, right? So penny. What color is a penny? Right, because this is made of brass or copper, right? So it's a, does a penny look like a Caucasian person? Or does a penny look like a Negro person? It looks like a Negro person, right? So already he has two X's. He has two check marks, right? But now watch this, because it says that his feet look like fine brass. I got a question for you. If his feet look like fine brass, what does the rest of his body look like? Like fine brass. He's not going to be multicolored, is that correct? Yeah. Right? Read the rest of that for me.
Start from the top again. And his feet like unto fine brass, as if they burned in a furnace.
That's the kicker right there. As if they burned in a furnace. Do either of you cook at this point in your life? Have you played on the barbecue grill just yet? Nope. But have you seen burnt hot dogs come from the barbecue grill? Have you seen burnt up chicken come from the barbecue grill? Have you seen burnt up brisket come from the barbecue grill? When is burnt up coming from the barbecue grill, what color is it? Is it my color and your color? Or is it their color? And I ain't dissing. We all family right here. We all family, right? But Christ was a dark-complected man. Christ looked more like this gentleman. And this is a beautiful thing, because this says to you and I, because otherwise we'll go about thinking, before we have this understanding, we go about thinking, I'm light-skinned. I fit in with the white people. I'm good to go. That becomes the destroyed mindset that we can have. Have you all? I know you guys are teenagers. Have you seen School Days? It's an old movie from the early '90s. You never seen it? And in that movie, they pitting the dark-skinned blacks against the light-skinned blacks. They got all these songs about how they're calling the dark-skinned blacks, you know, you a jigaboo. They call the light-skinned blacks, you a wannabe, you know, and so on and so forth, right? So we know that the mind can be destroyed. I'm going to be brief. Be brief so y'all can get on with your way. Which one of these pictures line up with the text? So what does Christ look like? Christ looks like this. This is Christ, right? You all, your history is in the Bible. Your history is in the Bible. Let me leave you with one final passage. Give me Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6. Shalom, brother.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7 and verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God.
The Bible says that you all are a holy people. Say that again.
For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God.
Unto the Lord thy God. Read.
The Lord thy God has chosen thee to be a special people unto himself.
This Bible is speaking specifically to you and us. It's not speaking to all people on the planet. I'm sorry if that offends you guys in the back of your mind. He's not speaking to all people on the planet. He's speaking to his people. His people. Okay? Read that again.
The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself. Above all people.
The Bible says that we are supposed to be above all people. We're supposed to be the teachers in the classroom, right? I am a teacher. I do teach. But you guys should, in your schools, how many folks look like me that you guys sit under taking notes from? Zero. See, that's an issue, right? How would it affect you if you had, if not all, the red button and the red button again?